Very good. We're going to start out with the girls introducing themselves a little bit and tell them about their programs and a little bit about their jobs. So I'm going to start with you, Cheryl.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Smith. I work for Hunter Douglas. I'm the travel manager and have been there for 27 years. My job has evolved into not only travel management, but expense management, corporate T&E cards, as well as purchasing cards that I oversee. So I went from one hat to four, and World Travel has been my partner for about 10 or 11 years. Mm-hmm. And I sat on two advisory boards, one when it was a one-year term, and then one when it was, I think, 3 years.
It was 3 to 4 years during the pandemic.
During the pandemic. And I really learned a lot and love the friendships I made. And you with the advisory board, you get ideas from your peers. It's a really great program.
Very good. Carla.
Hi, everyone. There we go. Hi, I'm Carla Benckert. I'm with Airgas. We're a large industrial gas company. If you drink Coca-Cola, you're consuming our carbonics, for one example. And I've been with Airgas for 26 years, and I was hired as part of a team to do an RFP and get centralized travel. And we chose World Travel 25 years ago, and we've been with them ever since. A lot of people have tried to take them out, but it's just not happening. So I do a lot of meeting management as well. So World Travel has helped me with every step of the way with reporting and all sorts of things that I will address a little further during the discussion. But anyway, that's my profile.
Very good. Thanks, Carla. Mm-hmm.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sylvia White. I'm a senior manager of Global Finance Business Services at Quaker Houghton. We are a global specialty chemical lubricants company based in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. I've been there about 10 years now, inherited the World Travel Program. We've been a client for about 22 years. And much like her, we've also, gone out to bid and they just keep winning. So we love our partnership with World Travel. I served on the board in 2022 and 2023. And my role, I oversee procure to pay, also global T&E, corporate credit card program, et cetera, so I keep quite busy.
Hi, everybody. I am Tracy Hatch. I am Global Travel Manager at Zoll Medical. 3 months into my role at Zoll, when I was on the board, I was with UniFirst Corporation. I was the Corporate Travel and Expense Supervisor. I served on the board with Sylvia in 2022 and 2023. I was with UniFirst for 22 years and wore probably 6 hats, and finally decided that I needed to kind of take some of those hats off and get more back into travel. I was really down the expense hole for a while, and I couldn't get out of it, and it just became overwhelming, and travel is what I love and what I love to focus on, so that's what I'm doing now. But when I was on the board, I was with UniFirst, and we have been with World. It's hard. I still say we were. UniFirst is with World Travel still today, and I think about 5 years now. Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone. I'm Natalie McClaskey, Senior Director of Product at World Travel. I've been with World Travel for 13 years. I can't believe that much time has gone by already. It seems like just the other day I was starting up in our workstation team on the help desk, setting up our first batch of iPhones and managing our SharePoint site. It's been quite the evolution for me at World Travel, and I've been given lots of opportunities to expand my understanding of travel and of our customers. And I have to say, hearing from our customers and learning what they need and what problems they're solving on a daily basis, and then being able to take that back and find solutions for them is what really makes me happy. It gives me quite a lot of joy to be able to turn those unmet needs into something awesome, and using technology to do that is what I do every day. So.
Thank you. So we're going to ask you a couple of questions, and I'm going to start with Sylvia. Sylvia, when you came onto the board, what was your expectation that you were going to get out of it?
So initially, I looked at it as a networking opportunity. I didn't really have a lot of issues to try to solve. I certainly walked away with a number of ideas and things, but I have a finance background. I was thrown into travel. I really did not know a lot. So I wanted to come and learn. I wanted to meet other clients, either whether they're in the same industry or not, and try to solve some of our problems. Quaker Houghton had gone through a major transformation. End of 2019, we combined with one of our largest competitors. Our program doubled in size. And we really had a great opportunity to not only redefine our program, but create this operational excellence, as buzzwords, right? And integrate, as we integrated our program globally, really, make sure that the traveler well-being is addressed, that we're getting savings, et cetera. So it initially was to just meet everybody, but certainly walked away with just boatloads of knowledge from my peers and ideas to help improve our program.
Good. Tracy, I'm going to ask you the same question since you just came off a board.
I didn't know what to expect. Like Sylvia, I saw it as a networking opportunity to get to really meet some other travel managers that were probably experiencing a lot of the same issues and challenges that I was in my role, and that was absolutely the case, which I don't want to say was great, but it was. To find out that you're not alone, to find out that the challenges that you have are not unique to you. Guess what? We're all going through the same thing. So I don't want to say my expectations were low, but I just wasn't sure, okay, we take a few trips, we get together, but I came out of the board with not only a great deal of knowledge, we learned a lot, and but more so made some amazing friends that are still part of my life today that we even have a little text group, but but it's just, it's just really great people. And the other thing that I was really impressed with was the senior leadership team from World Travel. It's not just another meeting that they come to. They're active, they participate, they take notes, there are a lot of takeaways, they come back to you with the solutions. So they really hear you. It's not just, they're not just there for a face to be in the room. It truly was a great experience.
Well, I think it's really key, too, where we both said about getting to know each other so well. Every board that we've had, everybody has come out of it with friendships, and I know that there's constant communication with each other when you want to make a change to your policy or you want to do something, you want to run something off one another. You don't only have just your account manager, you have a whole team of other people that you work with and that you have met through the client advisory board that you have this really good bond with. So I think that's one of our biggest takeaways that we've gotten out of the client advisory board is how much everybody has connected with one another, which I think is excellent. Cheryl, I'm going to ask you, because you served on two boards. One was back in 2012, so our products have changed quite a bit. Do you remember what that first product was back in 2012?
Virtual pay. It was the big topic. It was the pain point for everybody in the room. And over the decade, the transformation from what the solution was 10 years ago to what the solution is today is really amazing, what World Travel has done with your World VC.
Yes, it is. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to send that over to Natalie because she wants to just talk a little bit more about World VC in case we have people in the room that do not know what that product is, so we can give you a little bit more ideas.
Yes, absolutely. So for those of you that may not know what World VC is, it is a virtual pay solution that World Travel has developed in partnership with US Bank. We learned a lot of lessons along our virtual pay journey, and we have applied them to the World VC offering that we have here today. So the initial P-Log solution that Cheryl's referencing as being part of from Client Advisory Board initially, we learned a lot about the need for travelers to have a way to help themselves at the time of check-in and the variability that you have at the time of reaching that front desk. Did the hotel receive the authorization? Is it going to be accepted? So we wanted to approach virtual pay differently this time with World VC. And with this, we've used a multi-use card, which means it's one card per traveler for a year. So they're not getting a different card number with every single different reservation that they make, which I think is very valuable in the fact that they can also add that virtual card to their mobile wallets as well. So that enables them to use it just like the cards present with that tap to pay functionality. And we're able to control the funds that are going on those cards based off of the bookings that are made through World Travel. So a great solution for companies looking to manage or reduce the possibility for fraud, as well as to improve reconciliation processes, but we've also kept the traveler in mind as well. So we're really excited to have a new member joining the World VC community here, hopefully soon, with Carla's program. Hopefully that will be coming on board, and we did have an additional 2 accounts that just went live with World VC here in April. So super excited to see this product taking off, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Very good, thanks. So managed travel programs traditionally focus on duty of care, savings, and traveler's experience. What is the biggest driver for your organization on your solutions? Tracy, during your time on the board, we talked a lot about World Mobile, and you rolled out World Mobile. Can you kind of go over what at UniFirst you did with World Mobile and why you had such a great implementation of the product?
Sure. So, you know, the app is fantastic. And when I had gone through and I had seen demos of the app, I said, you know, this is a great solution. I think we really need to implement this. The travelers, of course, came back and said, why do I need another app on my phone? I've got Avis, I've got National, I've got American, I've got Delta, I've got all these, you know, why do I need another Concur? This was, you know, and I really tried to sell it as a one-stop shop. Like, you go into the app and not only is your reservation there, your click to call to your agents is there, information about the destination is there, anything you can imagine. It was really just an easy solution where they could have all of it in one place instead of having to jump to 2 or 3 different apps to accomplish what they needed to.
Do you know how many people in your organization had it downloaded?
I don't, but it was a large number. It was a large number because I kind of just put it out there and said, listen, if you've already got all of these other ones, why not one more? Try it, and the feedback was really, really good, and they really enjoyed using it.
Very good. I'm going to put a plug in there for you, Natalie.
Yeah. I mean, Tracy did all the hard work, so thank you, Tracy, for that. I do want to say just a couple other incentives to use World Mobile. You can also retrieve your World Travel receipts through World Mobile now as well. So anything that was booked through World Travel that there was either an air ticket on or a service fee charged, you're able to get that invoice directly from our World Mobile app now. So you don't have to get in the phone line and wait for somebody to retrieve that document for you. If you can't locate it, you can do it yourself through World Mobile. And based off of a lot of feedback from Client Advisory Board and some others that brought this to our attention, we are also actively working on improving our registration process for the World Mobile app, so it's easier than ever to actually get into the app for the first time and access all of the wonderful itinerary and destination content that it has to offer.
Very good, thank you. Carla, you served on our board many years ago, and you have used a lot of our products. And most recently, you are going to be rolling out, I'm going to first start with Hotel Shopping Bot. So do you want to share a little bit about your experience with our Hotel Shopping Bot? And because you have really impressive numbers that have come out of it, and I know you were excited to share with the audience what you've come back with Hotel Shopping Bot.
Yeah, I learned about the shopping bot, 5 years ago at this symposium. And it took us, we were bought by Air Liquide, so things move very slowly. So it took us like 9 months to roll it out when it should have taken a week. But we got there. And so we've had it for about 4 years, and we save about $67,000 a year. Now, our hotel spend is about $7 million, so you can figure the percentages are pretty good. This year alone, I just got my Q1 report, we've saved $42,000. So if you don't have TripBAM, I think you ought to get it, or at least talk to your representative about it, because it's a really great program. And there's no risk. It just sits there and finds lower rates, books the lower rate, and you don't have to do anything. It's a robot. So I encourage everyone to do that. So
I'm going to piggyback on that a little bit, Carla, just to reinforce the fact that I'd say that Hotel Shopping Bot is probably one of our most successful products that we offer at World Travel. It offers, on average, clients see about 1% of their savings come back to them by the application of the Hotel Shopping Bot, and it runs in the background. Implementation's rather quick most of the time. There is an opportunity, and what Carla did, I think if I'm remembering correctly, is we started with a smaller group of individuals and started increasing that gradually over time.
division by division.
Yes, so we wanted to, she wanted to check it out first, start with a small group of travelers, and then expand it out once she could see the value. And that I think you certainly have, $67,000 in savings last year. Overall, the shopping bot last year for all of our customers that are using it was $775,000. So we were really excited about that. We have 81 customers using the solution today, and I hope that we will have many more try it out. You only pay for the solution if you save, so it's all proportional to how well the program does for you as to what you pay back into it.
Any questions? Natalie will be here the whole day too, so if you want
Yes, I will.
questions on it. So Carla, I'm also going to ask you, because you're using another one of our products, you are getting ready to, I should say, you're going to be rolling out World VC. That is our virtual payment system, which Cheryl had mentioned. She was on the very first one of our virtual payment on that, getting that one up on board and getting it moved forward. And now we're at World VC. And Carla is getting ready to roll it out to a very large division at Airgas that currently does not use World Travel. So it is a solution for their drivers. So Carla, if you want to kind of just go over what you're working on with virtual VC and where we're going to hopefully see this go.
Right. I have to preface this. Barb says really soon, but we are part of Air Liquide, so we're working on it. And it hopefully by third quarter, early third quarter. But anyway, Airgas is decentralized. We have 8 divisions.
Liz is saying Monday.
I'm trying. I had a meeting with Barb and Natalie yesterday, and I'm getting all the paperwork, and I'm shoving them at them, and I'm going to say, sign this. So we'll see how all that goes. But we do have a legal department that's very robust. So anyway, we will get there, I promise. And we need to get there because we have about $2.5 million of hotel spend that our driving fleets use a third party for. And we didn't know about this. Airgas is decentralized, so there's the little wild, wild west component. You can see that they were sort of hiding, but it was uncovered, of course, by internal audit. And that made travel look really good. That, like, why do you have $2 million worth of hotel spend that you didn't even know about? So we need this program very badly. It's going to do a lot for us. We're going to save, I figure, at least $200,000 a year. And it's the perfect solution for us. And we're in the process of getting the training set up. And it's a very interesting program. It's cool when you understand how all the moving parts work, but it's going to work great.
I think it's a great solution, so specifically to give them a little bit of background, if it's okay with you, Carla, on what this group of travelers is going to be like. So they're on the road frequently, right?
They're all truck drivers. We have a huge truck driving fleet. I think it's the 14th largest in the country. And we transport gas all over the country. It's a gas distribution company.
I've seen the trucks.
Oh,
yep,
good.
running through Exton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that guy's going to be using World VC in a couple weeks. Maybe I should give him a training here while we're next to each other.
You have to ask them how it's going.
Yeah. Do you have 30 seconds, sir? Let me show you this video. Could you imagine? It was this crazy lady. But no, in all seriousness, I do think that it's a great solution for this group of drivers that's going to be on the road. I mean, they'll be staying at different hotels along the way, and it's a great solution if you have travelers that don't have that line of credit of their own to put these charges on. It's a great solution for that. It's a great replacement for the traditional corporate cards as well, and it makes the onboarding process and employee workforce management a lot easier as well, having them be virtual instead of those plastic cards. Then of course you also reduce the risk of fraud too when they're virtual. So
One of the big ones we wanted, the company doesn't want the drivers to have to deal with credit cards and expense accounts. So this is the perfect solution. They book a hotel, it's paid for, they get the receipt, the hotel gets the fax pretty much every day once they book the trip. And it seems like a great solution for Airgas.
yeah, that's one thing we've made a lot of improvements on recently as well, and that we're really focused on. So like I mentioned, in one of our major lessons we've learned in our virtual payment journey has been that it's important to have a solid traveler experience. And a lot of that kind of comes to a point in terms of what that front desk staff is going to do when they get there. Do they have the authorization form? Are they going to ask the traveler to present the card? Are they going to need the fax resent? Do they require a certify? All of these ifs, and it's all different, which is the challenge. They've tried to make some standardization across the industry in terms of how those are accepted, but we still have a bit of a ways to go. So we're actually working on a little experiment right now using the SI field to send some of that payment information across to see if that makes a difference. And we have a partnership with Certify in the works also.
Very good. I think it's important to know, when we have our client advisory board and we're rolling out these new tools and products, that Natalie comes to all of our meetings and she asks the board, what their ideas are, how can we improve it? So we have some companies that are working on it, but what are some of the downfalls that might be occurring? How can we improve it better? So we really use our client advisory board for that feedback on how our products are working. And I know at our last one, we talked a lot about World Mobile and what was working for their travelers, what hasn't been working. So we really take their feedback through every meeting. As we were saying, I think it was Sylvia said and Tracy, we take a lot of notes, and we do. We come back and we have a lot of homework after we have our board meetings. And, but it's all really good information, and it helps us become even better at what we do with our products. So we really appreciate everybody. So if you could offer, I'm going to start with you, Sylvia, if you could offer one solution to our audience that World Travel offers, what would it be?
I mean, for us, we use Hotel Shopping Bot as well. Our program is not nearly as large as Carla's. We're maybe about $1 million in spend in the U.S., and half of that is really only flowing through World Travel. So with all of that unmanaged spend, it is difficult for us to negotiate and get better rates. So that Hotel Shopping Bot is beneficial because we're able to get savings and not even where we weren't initially, were years ago. We have about 30,000 in savings over the last couple of years, so that's pretty good for us. And it's just the basic, version, right? I you guys have two different versions of it, and so, it's strictly rebooking at the same property. We're not moving them to a different hotel, so there's no impact to the traveler. So they have no idea, but it's providing, just added savings for us. So I love that that tool.
Very good. Tracy, how about you? If you could give one solution.
So I already talked about World Mobile. It was, I think it's a great product. UniFirst did not use the shopping bot. Our program was pretty tight. We had negotiated really great rates at our primary property, so there wasn't a lot of savings. We did try it on a trial basis, and there just wasn't a lot of value. But as you can see from what Carla had said, it really depends on the client. So her program, it obviously works extremely well for you. So don't, I don't think it's, it works, it doesn't work. It has to work for your program. So I think it's definitely, there's no risk. And like Natalie said, you pay for it if it brings savings to you. So it's kind of a no-brainer. It wasn't something that was of value to us, but I know a lot of your clients see a lot of value in that. From my perspective, World Analytics, again, it's maybe not a pay-for-service, but it's one of the best tools I have ever used from a reporting perspective. And I can now say that because since I have changed companies, we use a different TMC. maybe not for long. I'm kidding.
So she's here as a prospect right now.
Yeah. So seeing what I came from to what I have now is light years in difference. I mean, World Analytics was just easy to use. There were so many reports you could pull out of it, and I didn't need to have, a doctorate to get in there and know how to use it, which some of the other tools, it's complicated. You've got to drill down, and there's all this other stuff going on. Just before I left UniFirst, we were starting to go down the path of learning more about World VC. So that's something now in my new role that, we don't have a corporate card program where I am. There are a handful of travelers that have corporate credit cards, but it's not the norm. So they use BTA cards for their air spend, and everybody expenses everything else and gets reimbursed. You have some people that just can't float that kind of money, especially when international travel is involved. And it's a big ask. If somebody's going to do an audit in Europe and they're staying there for 10 days, I mean, you could be looking at a couple $1,000s for a hotel bill, and that's not even counting if you've got a rental car and you've got meals and all that other stuff. So, it's something that when the time comes, I think is going to be something that I'm going to really dig into and learn more about, because I think there's a big benefit there, and it's come a long way. So
it has come a long
Yeah.
way. So Carla, we know what you are probably going to say, but what would you recommend of our solutions? Because you use everything. You use our World Analytics quite a bit. You have a lot of custom reports coming to you, but you also use our TripBam and I think pretty much every product
And
we
your
have out
meeting
there.
planning. I work with Paula in the meeting planning. Kayla, they're fabulous. They save us a lot of money. I use all your reports. Now, I'm not quite savvy enough. I need a lesson on World Analytics, so I torture my rep, my customer service rep, like daily. Can I get this report? Can I get that report? And I'm not done yet, Rishma, wherever you are. But it's so great. If you are in a position where you have to show savings, like if you're in procurement or finance, those guys live to see the numbers. They love it. So, and I can give them whatever numbers they want to see. So I just say, bring it on. Tell me what report we're going to get. And sometimes they'll sort of go, oh, we need a hotel report and we need it, tonight. And I'll go, okay, that's no problem. And they all kind of pause. They don't say anything. And then they get the report and they go, oh my God, I can't believe we have this report already. But that's how good customer service is at World Travel. And it makes me look good. I use the reports to report things like exchanges. That's a cost avoidance. Those tickets could just expire if we didn't stay on top of them and if World Travel didn't do that for us and exchange them. So for instance, I just got my quarterly report, $100,000. So I let management know that. And negotiated rates, that report came in and negotiating combined with their stay negotiated program, $43K. So if you're a manager, whether or not finance wants to hear from you, make them hear from you. Show your manager what you're producing and saving the company, and it'll take you to a really good place. You'll gain from that, and the company will gain from it. So it affects their bottom line.
Yeah, and I think with Carla too, because I've known Carla for so many years, and over the years, Carla has really got in front of her executives, and she shows them, hey, here's our spend, here's what we're doing, here's where we have the leakage right now. And she has gotten these different solutions to bring it all in and wrap it all up. And every year, when I sit on those year-end reviews, they're very impressed too with her direct reports of what she's saving the company and saving Airgas and Air Liquide. So I'm always very proud of her when she gets up there and she shows everybody, hey, listen to me. I want to show you some really good numbers and on our travel program.
You need to negotiate a percentage of your savings.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheryl, what about you?
Well, when I first started with World Travel, we had a very loosey-goosey policy. Anything went. It was just, I can't say everybody flew first class, but things weren't watched. It was a guideline more than a policy. And we were acquired 2 years ago, and we have a very strict policy now. And with World Travel's help, with I think it's policy writer.
Yep, travel policy advisor.
Okay, travel policy advisor. They helped to create a more strict policy and really helped me. I had to change the culture at my company. So with my account manager, Ann, we have worked through many, many challenges over the last 2 years, but we are on the road to the right direction.
Well, thank you. So I'm going to ask all of you one last question. If you could reflect on your time on the board, what best describes your time serving on the board and what did you get out of it? Tracy, going to start with you.
Sure about that? As I said in the beginning, I didn't know what to expect going into the board. I just knew I was going to be meeting with other travel managers. I knew I was going to be meeting and be in the presence of the World Travel leadership team, but didn't really, they came in and said, hey, we want you to be part of Client Advisory Board. This is what we do. And you just kind of go, okay, and I really just kind of left it open to say, let's see what happens. And what happened was pretty amazing. I think when we all met for the first time, and I'm not just saying this, I think we had one of the best groups. We gelled.
I beg to differ.
Yeah. I think we have some fun things to share in a little bit. But anyway, we just gelled really well as a group. Everybody, I don't know how to explain it. It was a group that just everybody got along really well. We kept in communication, so it wasn't just the once a quarter or whatever, how often we got together. It was, we were sending emails back and forth, and then we had, discussions offline, and it was just, so I guess the other thing that I had mentioned about before was you found out you weren't alone. In a lot of the challenges that you were having with your own programs, people in the room would say, oh, me too, I'm having that same problem. And then you kind of just talk through it. And sometimes we got derailed because we were going down these rabbit holes of, well, that happens to me and this is what I did. But I think we all came out of it with not only knowledge and understanding, but suggestions, solutions. But most importantly, I came out of that with such a great group of friends that I'm still friendly with today, and I'm really thankful for that experience.
Very good. Sylvia.
Ditto. Honestly, I really can't add much more to what Tracy said. I really came out of it having a much stronger appreciation for World Travel and its team. They really do work really hard, and any problem we had or any comment, as small or as big as it was, they took it seriously. And to add, I know I can still to this day call any single person that was on that team and know that they will answer and we can have a discussion. So the time was well spent, even when not really having a lot of time to get away for a couple days. It was worth every ounce of backlog of email because I really did get just so much knowledge from the interaction between everybody that I normally wouldn't get.
And we had a little bit of fun.
You guys were a lot of fun. I got to attend a couple of, or one of your guys' client advisory boards. Yes, we had a good time.
But I think, it also just made me realize that, again, nothing is unique to us. We all have the same problems, but they can be addressed with technology, with traveler education. I was taking the time to learn, but I was not passing that on to the travelers. Frankly, they don't care about the nuances of NDC. They just want to know, why am I not getting the lowest rate available? So I'm taking all of that, and even today, I'm like, World VC, we are growing as a company. We have a significant amount of non-profiled travelers, and I'm like, okay, back in, it's something we really need to dive into and also, get into our program ASAP. So, yeah.
Good.
Great time.
Thank you. Carla?
Well, I was on the board at 2008, and then I did a couple substitution gigs. And I was there when Airgas just didn't pay any attention to travel. I wasn't in procurement, I was in communications, I was in HR. Nobody knew what to do with me. And honestly, nobody cared. I'd get all these reports and share them with my boss, and he'd go, oh, it looks like our travel's up. That's really bad. And I'd go, no, it's good because we want more people using World Travel rather than going outside. And he said, well, it's still up. It's no good. So I dealt with that for years. So I guess being on the board made me realize how pathetic our travel program really was. Seriously. So it's taken me a long time to get to where I've gotten, but when we were bought by Air Liquide in 2016, they are so travel driven, almost that they're really annoying. But it's really been good because I'm in procurement now, and I do all these spreadsheets, and I can show them all these savings, and I'm one of them now, and it's great. So I'm glad I was on the board because it pointed out that we really needed to do a lot more than we were doing, and we finally got there. Just took a while.
Thanks, Carla. Cheryl?
I don't know that I have anything else to add, but the same. The relationships with my peers, the relationship with the World Travel folks has really been incredible. I just got an email from somebody that I sat on the board with 10 years ago saying, hey, what are you doing about NDC? I don't know what I'm going to do. What is your company doing? So we're having regular meetings deciding what we're going to do, together. She's bouncing ideas off of me, I'm bouncing ideas off of her. So
it still continues.
It still continues.
Which
It's
is
been
great.
10, 11 years. I don't even know how long
Yeah?
it's been, but
That's
yeah,
great.
it's great.
Natalie, before we close and we just go over one more thing, but do you want to go into more plugs about our wonderful products that we have?
Thank you, Barb. So World Travel does have a variety of different products or solutions to meet a variety of different needs. We know each company comes with its own unique challenges and different goals and different pain spots. Some are the same that I love to hear about, coming to client advisory board or just in the individual conversations that we have. So if you are looking for a risk management solution, we have our World Watch tool, saving something that can run in the background. I think these ladies did a wonderful job plugging Hotel Shopping Bot today, so thank you for that. And then World Mobile too, I just want to encourage you guys to educate your travelers that is available and out there. I know it is another app to add to their phones, but if they can at least remember that they have it in times of trouble, they can always get in touch with World Travel for any of those accommodation changes that they may need. When there is some sort of disruption. Like 67% of us expect that now when we travel. That was just kind of startling to me as a statistic earlier today. We also know that travelers are spending more and more time consuming content and planning trips, and World Mobile has a ton of destination guide information. I think we're up to like 300 hours per trip is what travelers will spend researching, which that's a lot of time as well. So I encourage you to talk to your account manager at World Travel about any particular pain points you may have. We probably have a solution for it. So, and I'm here too. If you have any questions, happy to chat throughout the rest of the day.
Thank you. I do just want to say one thing about, I think it was both Tracy and Sylvia had mentioned, and I don't have my clicker, so I don't know if you guys can just show those pictures. So we'll just set the scene. We were in Miami last year, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and we decided to take a boat out so this is our before picture of Sylvia and Tracy. Sun was out, it was a really shiny day. A major storm came in, and we're talking a major storm, and we were sitting on a metal boat out in the middle of the ocean. And it was a day we will never forget, but we all had to take cover, and it was pelting against our bodies, and we had these shields over top of us, and we landed on Gilligan's Island for a little bit. But it was a lot of fun, so that was just wanted to show those pictures of the before and after, and they're still smiling. So, well, thank you all very much.